Bream fishing has exploded in popularity over the last couple of years. This is mainly due to both the Bream tournament series and fantastic new lures designed just to catch them. Jeff Spadassini was the winner of the 2002 series and loves to fish the area around Belmont and Rivervale.
Morning, Jeff.
Morning, Steve. How are you?
Good, mate. Good. Beautiful day.
Lovely day.
I think what better than to catch a few bream, eh?
Yep.
Well, mate, I reckon those yachts look like they might be the ideal thing. Any other ideas?
Yep, there's a fair bit of structure around this section of river, so we shouldn't have trouble finding a bream.
Well, there's a big call. Let's get on with it, eh?
No worries.
This stretch of river is only a short distance from the city centre, and the fish are both healthy and plentiful. Bream tournaments are all about catch and release fishing of this hard-fighting but slow-growing river fish, and Jeff's boat is set up just for fishing these tournaments.
And what we're doing really isn't hard. We're just working snags, and that means rocks, that means banks with a drop-off, it means bits of wood, jetties, boats, anything that fish have some cover to hide underneath. And what I'm using is this. That's a lead head jig with a little soft tail. That's a Charlie Brewer slider grub. You've seen that already on the series in that pumpkin seed shrimp colour. We just flick them in and we work them back. You'll see the technique in a little while. It's really easy, anyone can do it. So for a small amount of money with a small boat, you can have some fun just like this. Jeff's using his Minn Coda, which is an electric motor. The reason they're so useful for bream is because they're a very shy and spooky fish, and sneaking up on them like this is the best way to double your chances, maybe triple your chances of catching a lot of fish during a tournament. They're not that expensive, and if you've got a little boat like this, a really good investment just to sneak up on the fish in the snags. Oh mate, he came and slammed that. Is that on the hard body?
Yep, that's on the hard body. It's a small fish, but...
Yeah, it's not huge, but I think it's a bream. It's not a bream, you know.
Oh no, it's a grunter.
It's a grunter. No, that's a good one though. Isn't it amazing how those grunter really do attack hard body lures? And you'd never think they would unless you see it.
Great for kids. Bring your kids down to the river.
They're pretty spiky too, so pliers are a good idea. Now, Jeff, if you find you don't put the fish back on the snag until later, do you pull more than one off there occasionally?
I'm finding that that's the case. The bream normally school up, so a school to my book is 3 or more fish.
Yep.
And if there are more fish in there and we can present our lures properly, I cannot see why we can't find another one in there.
Well, we'll have a go.
Yep.
Oh, and the sun's come out too. Nice and warm.
Oh, that's better. Oh, snags.
Now that's got to be a bream out of there, doesn't it?
Got to be, but let's see if we can get him out of the snags. I've got him on that log there. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there's a good fish too, I can see it. I'll get the net for you. Fight the good fight. Ooh, that was very noisy. That looked fishy, didn't it, that snag?
Yep.
Oh, and that is a good fish too. You got him out in the open water, so we'll just take our time. Pop the net, enviro net in, and we'll just ride him in there. Oh, lovely work. On the hard body too. Wonderful work there, mate. Look at that. These enviro nets are terrific because nothing gets caught in them. Wonderful stuff. Now, tell me bream aren't aggressive. Have a look at that. He's actually gone that lure real hard, and you can see his jaws are so powerful, he's bent the trebles up. So he's gone the party favour. What lure is that, Jeff?
That's a little Kublabung, softy.
A what?
A Kublabung is the brand. It's a little Australian-made lure. An individual makes them on the east coast of Australia. Lots of little individual lure makers. That's
a nice fish. He'd go 3/4 of a kilo perhaps. Just a top little fish. Out of the snags, you've done beautifully. We'll get the pliers in there. Might want to open up that live bait well there, mate.
Yep.
One quick look. Have a look at those teeth. They're hunting teeth. A lot of times they'll have just crushing teeth, but they're really sharp ones. Now, we're going to pop him into our live bait well. during the Bream tournaments, we keep these fish alive in our live bait tank to weigh them in live and release them. But also around snags, these fish are actually going to get spooked if we release them straight away. We will later, but if you keep them in your live bait tank here now, the other fish in the school won't spook. So we'll have another crack at that snag. Do you fish much around these big boats here, Jeff?
Yeah, I love the boats. They hold all this barnacle and green algae on the bottom of the hulls, and the fish they feed on that.
And the Gold Coast, the silver bream especially, they hang right under pontoons and boats like this, and you'll get 20 or 30 fish fighting for your soft plastic lure over there.
Yeah, yeah, you'll get a 20 or 30 bream coming out and jostle for position to try and grab that lure, yes.
It's not quite like that here, but this boat looks very likely. Oh yes, I got one, Jeff.
Oh, beauty.
I thought this boat might be to go. And ow, that's a nice bream. It's a nice bream.
Keep the pressure on him.
I will. And I've got him off the, oh, look at this, Jeff. It's a nice fish.
Lovely.
Oh, look at that in the water. Aren't they just fantastic? Have a look. Terrific. Fantastic.
Look at that, beautiful.
They're so well conditioned here. Look at that. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Just got him too, right in the bottom. Look, came straight out. He bent the hook too. They got some power. Aren't they just fantastic, the Swan River black bream? They're not black, of course. They're more purple. It's quite dull and overcast here, but you can still see a lovely bronzy purple. Well, mate, pop him in here.
Yep.
Lovely. Oh, isn't this fantastic? Bream fishing with lures in the Swan River with Jeff Spadassini. He's really a master on bream, but the bream tournaments are so much fun. Check the fishingwa.com website for all the information and find out how you can get involved too.